Back in Buttermere, I'm here for a sunset shoot, and I'm hoping that the sky will catch some of the colour from the sunset, which is kind of off to my right, but I'm not sure whether we're going to get any colour today or not. So right now I'm at the lone tree in Buttermere, but it's really easy to just walk straight past it. I'll point out to you where it is. It's this thing here. You can see that, and it looks like nothing from this angle as you're walking along the path. And I must admit, the first time I came here to shoot it, I walked straight past it because it's a very famous shot. It's actually one of the most famous photos or most well-known photos that you'll see in the Lake District. And it is easy to find and easy to get to, but you can miss it with the fact that it just doesn't look like much from this angle. And that's kind of common a lot in landscape photography. Let me move and I'll show you. So as you can see, just by changing the angle, you get a really different composition and a really different look and feel. And something that was just looks like a stick or a twig coming out of the ground before, suddenly it gives a whole new meaning to the landscape around you, and you get a different shot. The other thing we've got is this yellow grass, and that's in the foreground, which can make a nice foreground element. This composition has been shot to death. It's probably the most photographed location in the Lake District. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, or I shouldn't do it. We should continue to shoot these things because a composition that we can do is something we can add our own unique look to. And if you haven't done it, you haven't done it before, it's new to you. And that's what really matters in the end, is it's about you. It's your hobby, your career, your enjoyment. And if you want to shoot it, you should go and shoot it, and you shouldn't worry about what other people have done before. If it's been done a million times, it doesn't really matter. It's about enjoying it and getting out and doing it. That's more important. So I'm going to play around with my compositions now, show you a few different things. I'll get behind the camera again, and then we're going to actually take a photo. But as you can see, we haven't got the most fantastic light at the moment, but it's still quite nice light, and there's a bit of colour in the sky. As the sun goes down a little bit more, I expect those clouds will catch some of the red from the sunset. Now, from where I'm standing, the sun is actually setting over that way, right? But one thing you can learn is that you don't always have to shoot directly into the sun to get a sunset. What will happen is that glow from the sunset covers at least 180 degrees and sometimes the whole sky. So if you've got the sun behind the camera, if it's tucked down behind the hills, then what you end up with is the sky over there becoming the dominant light source in your frame and on the landscape around you. So in that way, we can still shoot this even though we're quite off angle for the sunset. Normally this gets shot at sunrise because you get the sun rising just in that kind of area where the tree is. But I'm going to try it as a sunset composition, and we'll see what we get. It's really cold now, so I just have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully the clouds will start to catch some of that colour from the sunset, and we'll be able to get something from it. Right, this is probably going to be my composition. And so what I'm doing here is, you can see like how I'm making sure that the tree is in the area where the sky is here, so we can actually see all the little detail in the tree. And I'm keeping the water level, it's kind of like the horizon there, on the sort of 1/3 line, which is kind of like rules of thirds. I'm not too keen on sticking religiously to rule of thirds, but it's a good guideline. And just in the foreground here, I'm getting some of this grass to give us some sort of a foreground element as well. And now all I have to do is wait, because this is fine as it is, but what I want to see is that sky catching light from the sunset, which is actually way off to the right, way off, and even slightly behind. So I'm just going to wait for that now. And it's cold and windy, but there we go.